So, after watching our amazing sketch performance, listening to the beautiful choir songs, and enjoying the dance show, do you have a better idea of what equanimity is? Yes? No? That's okay. Let's wrap it up together. What does equanimity really mean? In short, it means having an undisturbed mind. But we should all know by now that this is easier said than done. Let's take this year as an example. At the beginning of 2021, Sydney, Australia was in a stable condition where there were no locally acquired cases and everyone resumed their daily activities. The streets were filling up, students started going back to universities for classes. Cafes and restaurants were bustling. For a while, we were blissful, free to go anywhere we wanted. However, little did we know that the pandemic would strike again, sudden and harder than before. Cases started rising, business shut down, students were not allowed back in universities, and we found ourselves confined in our respective homes in a statewide lockdown. Some people became depressed as we couldn't leave our home, losing social connections, and so much more. Although it is sad that we couldn't meet with our friends and families, we know that following these rules help to keep our communities safe. Yet, there lingers in our hearts a sense of unhappiness and frustration. We started blaming others for this situation and stopped being compassionate. Why is this happening? Under the pressure of the pandemic, our minds become impatient and swayed easily by loss, blame, and pain. But let's take a step back and look at it in a different perspective. Let us put ourselves in each other's shoes. Be appreciative of what others have done for us and have a sense of gratitude to others. When we think about how much we are suffering because of the lockdown and lament our loss of freedom, let's consider the frontline workers who have been fighting the virus. They are exposing themselves to a much greater threat in order to keep us safe. Let us strive to be more compassionate and care for others with loving kindness. Let us rejoice and be grateful for those who help keep us safe and healthy. Let us nurture a calm and caring mind amidst this difficult time. A mind of equanimity can only be attained when we are less egocentric, have the right understanding to reflect on ourselves, and not be swayed by external factors. In this way, peace and clarity can gradually develop. Equanimity must be practiced in conjunction with loving kindness, compassion, and appreciative joy. The four together are called the four immeasurables. Equanimity helps us to guide the practice of loving kindness, compassion, and appreciative joy to perfection. In return, loving kindness, compassion, and appreciative joy enhance the practice of equanimity, so that we don't fall into the trap of co-indifference but develop a mind that is peaceful, clear, and kind to all. What can we do during the pandemic to develop a mind as such? Peace, clear, and kind to all. We understand that constantly staying at home might be overwhelming. But don't worry, here are some activities to do during the pandemic. Meditating is a good way to train our minds to be calm. Listening to the Dharma talks is helpful too. Listening to Dharma talks help us understand the Buddha's teaching and guide us on the right path to develop equanimity. Reading and reciting Buddha Sutras can also help to remember and immerse ourselves in the Buddha's teaching and develop peacefulness and positivity. At the same time, let's be mindful of the people around us. Send our regards and care to anyone we know from time to time, and give encouragement and support to all. During our everyday activities, let us be attentive and observant of our feelings. Always bring our emotion back to stability. Avoid letting our minds be carried away to the extremes. This way, we can gradually develop a mind that is steady and tranquil. In conclusion, we are all on the path of practicing equanimity. Although there are challenges and temptations that might sway our minds, we should try our best to understand and acknowledge these temptations for what they are, the product of greed, hatred, and delusion. Let us try our best to to reduce these afflictions, be more understanding, caring, and calm. Let us work towards attaining a mind of equanimity. May everyone be well and happy. May all rejoice in the beauty of peace and clarity.